Greetings. You know what? I sure need to do this. What's good, everybody? Let me get into some grass. You feel me? Let me get into the soil. In case niggas think I'm capping. So, this is really a surprise live. A lot of things has been happening the past week. For those who know about the blue moon has definitely opened up lots of different directions and things for people. And those things could be positive or negative or encouraging or destructive. And that's what really sparked today's live, which is unconditional love is accountability. And I'm not going to be up here for long because I really just want to ground myself right now and just be present. If you're watching this, please like the video. Please subscribe. My name is Jared Cinco. I am here with you right now. I don't really care about titles or anything at this point because titles only last for so long. You're not a human forever. You're not black forever. You're not Christian forever. You're not a businessman forever. You can choose to be, but that reality ends up being, let's just say, linear. And I'm not a linear person. So, unconditional love. What is unconditional love? Unconditional love is when you are able to embrace, appreciate, support, and have value for someone else without any conditions attached to it. An example of this is if I meet a friend and the vibe that we have together is so much of a great day or great vibe, great energy, great exchange, that I develop a sense of unconditional love for that person simply because me and that person gain a level of support, respect, value, and acknowledgement. Unconditional love is not a linear idea. And the problem with unconditional love that people don't recognize is that unconditional means regardless of what you're going through, regardless of how you live in life, regardless of how you react to life, I still have love for you because you are connected to me in however many ways it is. For instance, everyone has unconditional love towards God or the universe or nature. When nature can fuck up your day, God can fuck up your day if he wants to, or if she wants to. The universe can make your day seem like hell just to see if you can get through hell and get to heaven. Unconditional love, hey Riley, unconditional love is a very, very deep concept. Questions like this: can you love someone if you see them continuously going through hardships, going through survival mode, going through living from place to place without any type of ability to ground themselves in where they are? A lot of people don't recognize, like, everyone is living life on different scales, different avenues. Thank you to everyone who's here right now. Please like the video. A lot of people are here right now living life on different scales, different vibrations, different frequencies. Do you know how hard it is for someone who, let me not even say it like that. There's nobody on the roof, fam. I want to show y'all this beautiful view. Hold up, my camera may be a little, let me get y'all right. I just want to show y'all that for a second. Unconditional love is accountability. How many times can you count when someone has loved you regardless of what the fuck you've been through? Someone has respected you regardless of what the fuck you've been through. How many times can you count for that? Like, how many people do you know in your life is that for you? That person that loves you unconditionally regardless of what you're going through, regardless of how you are reacting towards life. For those who's asking how old I am, you're gonna have to guess and I'll give you an answer. See, I'm a very different individual. So I recently just went through a huge car problem. Got to get a new engine and everything. And I take physical moments into a spiritual perspective. And that spiritual perspective with a new engine, I feel like I'm replacing, adjusting, and transforming who I am. And it's very interesting when you notice that you're going through a transformation. A lot of shit has to happen first. A lot of shit has to happen. You start noticing certain things. You start being aware of certain habits, of certain people. You start to become more open to what spirit is showing you. You start interacting with people that you've never met before. Unconditional love is accountability. Talk is cheap, but actions are expensive. Talk is cheap, but actions are expensive. Talk is cheap, but actions are expensive. You know, I've made certain actions that has manifested lots of money. I've made certain actions that has manifested toxic relationships. I've manifested clairvoyance. I've manifested confusion. I've manifested honesty. I've manifested manipulation. I'm saying all of this right now because accountability, from my point of view, from my experience in life, accountability is if whatever actions that you take, you can be responsible for those actions and have an unconditional reaction to those actions. The way that makes more sense. Regardless of whatever the fuck you do, you can acknowledge you did it, and whatever happened in that moment, you have the strength, the fortitude, and the willingness to take care of whatever happens out of it. I am from USA, Earthen HQ. I'm out here earthing myself right now. You should get some earth. It's good for the HQ. Sometimes a lot of people don't recognize how beautiful it is to have someone to just hear what you got going on, listen to your problems, hear you from how you feeling, and not trying to find an answer, not trying to judge you, not trying to simply come at you with all these different type of avenues to help you and all this shit. Like, no, fuck that. Can you hear me out? Can you feel what I'm feeling right now, just so I know I'm not going through this shit alone? Can you be here for me right now in the present? That to me is another form of unconditional love. Just being there for someone in the present without trying to judge them, without trying to find the answers, but just trying to understand the moment more. I had a conversation with my brother. That shit almost had me in tears after the conversation, because I understood how he felt. I understood the things he's been going through time in and time out. I understood why everything has been happening the way it have been. And I'm using that moment to come onto here to find a middle ground, to find a bridge where I can help bridge the things that I'm going through and find a level of communion, or a level of, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know, bro. Sometimes I wish these damn machines would just shut the fuck up. But everybody need their AC. How many of y'all is accountable captains? AC. Unconditional love is accountability. Would you agree? For those who's watching this right now, would you agree that unconditional love is accountability? Would you agree that unconditional love is acknowledging, respecting, and being present with whoever you are connecting with? Because a lot of the stuff that I'm noticing more and more within myself, not even just with other people, with social media and fuck all that. A lot of the stuff I'm noticing within myself is the more I stay present, the more I don't condition the moment to match perfection, or condition the moment to match money, to match a certain vibration, the more I find liberty, the more I find oneness, the more I find myself connected with the all. The war in life right now is distractions. It's your attention. What do you put your attention towards? And then if you put your attention towards that, is it helping you or is it destroying you? A lot of people are going through survival states right now, and they don't even have time to think about, is this shit helping me or not? Because the first thing that's coming to their mind is, if this shit ain't really making me no money, if this ain't helping me get out of my problems, if this ain't gonna find me a level of peace, I don't want to fuck with it. You see, I've in my life, I can easily say I haven't had a very complicated life, but I've been around complicated people. I haven't had to fight for my next meal. I haven't had to roam the streets to make sure my mom was alright. I didn't have to kick down doors. I didn't have to do none of that shit. But what I can say is I respect those who had to, because they had no other fucking choice. I didn't have to join a gang to find family within myself. But there's a lot of things I did do that has made my life a lot harder than it has to be, because of how strong my heart is and how open my heart is. I've connected with people that weren't for my best interest, but knew how great I was without telling me how great I was. So all they did was steal from my greatness. I've had people who took advantage of everything I had to offer simply because it's something they've never had before. I've had people talk down on me simply because I am doing something different that they even never have done before, or they don't have the strength to recognize that it's time for you to change. And then there's number three, I'm doing all the things they wish they could do, but they ain't doing it because they ain't got enough time. Quote unquote, they ain't got time for it. And to me, that's a whole lot of bullshit. Because, yeah, we all got 24 hours. Yeah, people work different jobs. Yeah, people have different life circumstances. But all it takes is 10 to 15 minutes a day to achieve whatever the fuck you want by visualizing, by being still, by being present. America is the most busiest country in the whole fucking world. But did you know America isn't even on the list for the countries that has paid the United Nations in taxes? There's over 75 different countries and states that's listed on that bitch. But USA's not on there. Why the fuck am I bringing up USA and money? I'm bringing this up because all the money that we make don't mean shit if you're not putting it somewhere. And if you are putting it somewhere, I'm fucking proud of you. Now take time per day to find peace. Find a stress reliever. Find a way to release any type of depression. Find a way to be unified with you. And do something different. Don't do the same shit you did yesterday if what you did yesterday didn't help you yesterday. If it made you circle around the same problems, then my boy or my girl, the same problems gonna circle again. Now, let me be honest. Obviously, if you're living life, regardless of what you do, cycles is gonna happen. But you changing one thing can change how you view your loop that you're going through and how you can get out of it and get to something greater. We go through cycles a lot in our life. Hence, every year we go through a cycle. 365 days is another 365, another 365. Some months have different months indicating like, hey, this is your month. You can kind of speed up your loop and get out of this shit and get into something better. Some months are longer. Like, hey, this is a month that you could take a longer time to figure out what the fuck you're going to do and get to the next stage. Nothing is ever the same. Everything is different. You just have to recognize what the fuck do you want to be different. Do you want to stay the same? Do you want to not be accountable? Do you want to find excuses? Or do you want to be accountable and be willing to change your circumstances? Even if it's by the littlest shit. By the littlest shit. If you drive a car, don't park in the same parking spot you did yesterday. If you don't have a car and you need to get up 2 hours early to go do everything you need to do one thing different per day that can make you feel better. Get up and stretch for 10 minutes. 10 minutes, bro. That's all it takes, 10 minutes. Get up, do 50 push-ups the next day. Do 50. Do 25, rest about a minute, another 25. The next day, do some ab push-ups. Do some crunches. Do 25, rest, do another 25. Do something different that lets your body know you're ready for something fucking different. Because your mind is always going to play the script however it's going to play it. But the body's the one that's living through it. Your mind is multidimensional, whether you want to believe in that shit or not. Your mind is everywhere, everything, everywhere, all at once. You just got to tune into it like a damn radio. But if you don't want to tune into it like a radio, guess what? You're going to stay in the same circumstances, reliving the same shit until you're able to recognize the different shit you want to see. Now, for instance, if you're going through the same shit and you're able to see the future, right? This is a representation of, okay, this is the same vibration of what this loop is just in the future. It may look like I have more money. It may look like I have more accomplishments, but I'm going through the same loops I went through 3 years prior, but I just have more money. So I have more problems with the money, even though I could do more with the money, but I have to do more to take care of my environment, my living, my food, my people. You have to do all of that. But if you're living in the same circumstances and complaining about the same shit and not trying to find a way to mediate that shit in a way that can help you, you're gonna continue to go through the same things. This is for everybody, me included. I am not fucking perfect, bruh. I'm not perfect. I'm just willing to recognize that life has its perfections and has its imperfections. Perfect is when you're able to understand what each person does and what each effect it does to other people. Or better yet, everything that you do affects something or someone else, internally or externally. Everything I say is affecting someone internally or externally. Either way, the grass is responding to the shit that I'm saying right now in some way. The flies, the machines, the sun, the air, everything is listening to this conversation right now, whether I want to be aware of it or not, simply because I'm willing to speak. Me being a person makes an effect with everything that's around me. In a way, if someone who's observing this from an outside perspective, they could be like, damn, this is a perfect conversation right now. But an imperfect conversation or imperfect moment is when you think it's all about just you. Like, yeah, everything is you, but it ain't just about you. I said this before in a video. You have not only you in your body, you got your ancestors in your body, you got gods and goddesses in your body. It ain't just Jesus, bucko. You got ghosts in your body. You got extraterrestrials in your body and interterrestrials. And guess what? Universes, no, not universes, multiverses, and different parallel universes inside of you. So, yes, multiverses. All of these things are inside of you. And all you have to do to obtain unconditional love is just having accountability. Take accountability. And then don't fucking blame nobody else for the shit you go through. Yes, express how you feel. Always express how you feel, but it's all about how you do it. It's all about how you express how you feel. Because you can express exactly how you feel, but if you're giving it to someone who isn't able to embrace how you feel, rather it's in a way that's helpful to you or not helpful to you, they can retaliate that energy back onto you instead of just being a listener and being an open-hearted individual and loving the fact that you're expressing yourself unconditionally. And then that doesn't even take you, it takes the listener as well. That's why it takes two to converse. It takes two. The reason why people are able to speak and talk in such a way that is continuing the conversation, build just like how I am right now, is because I'm having a conversation not only with this phone, with people that's in the future, but also with myself, and with the sun, and with the grass. Simply because I'm sitting here grounding and the sun's right there. And then the wind just blew a little bit, letting me know that it's also present. You see, one of the things that really pisses me off a lot, that I don't speak on a lot of, is when people contort words and don't accept them for what they actually are. Let me give you an example. So, with anything you say to somebody, in any language, it's about the tone of how you say it and how you use it. So the tone and the implication. You can make someone laugh in a conversation by saying fuck you while also disrespecting them, while also encouraging them, while also acknowledging them. You want an example? Okay. I'm smoking a blunt, right? Talking to my homie. He talk about sports. He like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I would do your ass in basketball 1-on-1. I'm like, nigga, fuck you. You can't guard me. And then the conversation goes, because it's how I said it. He could say, bro, I'll do your ass 1-on-1. Bro, fuck you, bro. You suck. That's disrespecting him because of how I said it. Here's the third one. Hey, bro, I'll do your ass in basketball. Bro, fuck you. That's a third one. 3 different levels of the way I just said fuck you. Just to show you all, just to express to you all, it's about how you say things. This is why it's important that our voice matters more than simple words or by simple text messages. And some people don't have the ability to express themselves in a way where they're not trying to come at people. Like right now, I feel passion with the side. I feel passion with the side of irritated. And if you feel this while listening to it, then you in tune with what I'm expressing right now. Because in the beginning of this, I felt irritated. But now I'm letting the sun sink in with me. I'm allowing the wind to provide me with a sense of nourishment. And then the grass is alchemizing everything I'm going through right now to allow me to express myself in a way to say unconditional love is accountability. Take accountability for the shit that you going through and learn how to fucking say no. Like me, myself, and I have said yes to too many fucking shit and didn't come through with it. That makes me uncountable, right? That makes me not accountable for the times I've said yes but didn't pull through. Speaking but without acting. That's doing half the fucking job. Everyone in this world has said something that they would do and did not do it. Everyone in this world has. The person that is here right now, I guarantee you have said you would do something and you have not done it at least once. At least one time. I know you have. And I want you to know that's good because you're not here to be perfect. You're here to recognize your imperfections. You're here to recognize when your ego and spiritual ego are getting the best of you. And you need to balance you. You're here because you need to recognize your light needs to be balanced by its darkness and vice versa. You're not here to always find peace. You're here to find the balance, the peace and the chaos, the good and the bad, the building and the destruction. I'm gonna show y'all something. Hold up. Give me a second. Never give up. Never. Because you see this dragon right here? This is a primordial energy. What the fuck just happened? That primordial energy is to let you know that regardless of what the fuck you're going through, you can get out of that cave, get out of that loop. Because dragons sit in caves. Dragons hide themselves. They hibernate. Well, guess what? You don't have to be a dragon anymore. You could be greater than just a dragon. You don't have to be a sleeping dragon. You could be an active dragon. Do you want to be a SD or AD? A sleeping dragon or an active dragon? I needed that. That really... Yeah. All right. So listen, for those who's here right now, I want you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm going to be going live tomorrow at 7 p.m. and at 2 p.m. I'm doing a live that has to do with the number 7 and all of the breakdowns to that number 7. If you want to follow me on my social media, my Instagram is JAY_CIINCO. I have music out. Go check out the music at Cinco de God, CIINCO space DA space GOD. I'm working on an album right now while also adjusting through life, as you all are as well. Thank you for everyone who has taken the time to listen to me at this point, because I remember at a time period, nobody was listening to this shit. Not a damn soul. It was just entities and ghosts and spirits. Now I got actual physical people here willing to hear what I have to say because I'm a valuable person. And that's low-key egotistical the way I said it, but god damn it, I meant it. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And whenever you're going through some bullshit, just go outside. Put your feet in the grass. Go sit in the sun. Go relax. Find ways to break out this loop and build a greater journey for yourself. It's gonna take time. It literally takes 9 months for a baby to be born. It takes 9 months for a physical being to be birthed into this realm. So if you could do something different for at least 9 months that leads to you living a greater life, I suggest you do it, because we have physical representation of what happens when you stay consistent for 9 months. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Peace.